What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Panfro Games. And in today's video, I'm talking about some Pokemon drama. That's right, we got drama in the community, and it's really interesting stuff. Luckily, it is now concluded, so I'll give you guys the full picture. And of course, guys, if you're new to the channel and like these types of videos, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I really appreciate it. Starting with the source of the drama, we have to go to Patter's tweet, because this tweet went real viral, as you can see with the likes and retweets. Patter says the Pokemon Company thinks Nuzlocke runs are on the same level as ROM hacks, according to former Nintendo employees. So one, if you don't know what a Nuzlocke is a self-imposed challenge. There is no modification of the game code in any way, shape, or form. Essentially, think of it as like some type of speed run in a way. It's just a challenge run that the player implements on themselves. So this is normally not a ROM hack. There is no hacking. You can do this on any vanilla copy of the game. So this originally came from the Kit and Krista podcast on episode 31. If you need some more context on Kit and Krista, both of them are former Nintendo PR managers who were hosts of the Nintendo Minute Show. Unfortunately, it ended in December of 2021, and then they started this podcast. Now, let's dive into the full clip to hear what they had to say.
And if so, do you have any stories to tell? Well, we have a great story to tell about this, where we thought that this would be a fun idea for a Nintendo Minute video.
We did, yeah.
And so we pitched it to the Pokemon Company
And
and
we
say,
did
hey,
not get slapped.
we would like to do a Nuzlocke run. What do you think?
And they thought they were going to fire us.
They said, here's what we think. Bam!
Yeah.
That's crazy. So the Pokemon Company was so mad that they were going to probably try to fire them, which is sort of weird because, yeah, the Pokemon Company and Nintendo are completely two different companies. So I don't know if they could have actually fired them, but they definitely felt threatened, which is pretty wild.
No, seriously. I was like, oh, shoot.
So they said, we consider this to be on the same level as using like
hack
game,
ROM.
ROM hacks.
Like, how is that the
Like,
same?
excuse me?
That, yeah, I mean, it's definitely not the same. Obviously, it's not the same. A Nuzlocke is self-imposed rules. Like, what is going on here?
I don't know, how they get to these decisions.
This is just a style of playing a game that everybody can buy. There's no hacking.
Yeah, they're
You're
not
just playing the
using
game.
anything weird.
That was truly, again, one of the more like,
What?
wait, what? Responses.
Yeah. And then there was a lot of creators that played Nuzlocke, a style of Pokemon. They got like erased from their
it's
creator
gone.
program.
So now you can see like why people got afraid to propose what seemed like very basic ideas.
So that's the other crazy part here, right? That wasn't even mentioned in Patter's tweet. The fact that the Pokemon Company was working with Nintendo to ban creators from their partner program. That is crazy for something like a Nuzlocke. I mean, honestly, that's ridiculous. How can that even be a thing, right? Like, that's a complete misunderstanding of anything. You would imagine someone who is put that rule out there, you know, they're just not in touch at all with what is happening in gaming, right? Now, of course, since this went viral, people are freaking out. There's a lot of funny memes about it, like the Pokemon Company went immediately use a max revive on a fainted Pokemon, or the Sakurai thing. No, this isn't how you're supposed to play the game. I mean, I agree. This whole thing's ridiculous, right? But we do get some further clarification from Patters here. To clarify, by the way, creators that didn't work for Nintendo weren't getting blacklisted for just doing Nuzlockes. You have to be doing a randomizer or something with it. The Pokemon Company probably didn't know a regular Nuzlocke was just self-imposed rules on a normal game. And I do think that this is true. I just think either they were just misconstrued and just did not understand what the request they were given, or they just didn't understand what a Nuzlocke even is. I mean, necessarily, you could be a Pokemon fan and not know what a Nuzlocke is. I mean, of course, you would feel like someone at Pokemon Company probably would. But, I mean, the fact that they rejected the former Nintendo PR managers, their request, and was going to, like, essentially, like, ruin their lives at their job, that is pretty crazy. And I'm going to say this, like, I have no reason to believe that they were lying. Like, that was definitely their lived experience with it. So I don't think there's anything bad, ill intent from them. I just personally think, well, I don't know, maybe something got mixed up, or maybe the person they were dealing with just didn't know the exact PR language that they would do in this certain case. But I mean, that's pretty recent. I mean, you know, within the past couple of years that happened, Very interesting, right? So, of course, Joe Merrick of Cerebi gets in on it. And Joe Merrick says, I've actually spoken to the Pokemon Company Incorporated about this. They confirmed to me that it is incorrect. They haven't cut out people for doing Nuzlocke or anything like that. They don't care as long as you follow the confines of what's possible in the game. And then there is some backlash to Joe Merrick because it seemed like Joe Merrick was pretty much saying that the podcast hosts here were lying about their lived experience. So now he goes on this thread with tons of interactions and impressions on Twitter. He says, right, so here's the official statement about the whole situation. We do not have any issues with fan creators playing with the games with Nuzlocke rules. Call me a liar all you want, but this is from TPCI's mouth. Dismissing this, saying I'm defending and whatnot just because you want to rage is irrational. The fact is, no content creator has been dismissed from any programs for doing simple Nuzlockes, and TPCI has worked with many who have done them. TPCI hasn't been against them. Like the vitriol I've received due to this, being called a shill and dismissing what I've said is the epitome of shooting the messenger. It doesn't make me a shill or other phrases thrown at me today. Come on, stop this. So I think Joe Merrick is getting a lot of bad press here. I mean, I don't think he's doing anything too wrong, but I do think he could have worded some things better, as Lu2 here says. I don't condone vitriol, but I understand why this has made people upset. Your original post came off as terribly dismissive to the people involved, who you were called liars and then deleted, while it's still making implication about lies spreading. So we can see, are you saying that people with firsthand experiences are lying? Joe Merrick says, just go on the internet and tell lies with that Arthur post. And then his original thing says, just to clarify further, since my words are being misconstrued a little, I'm not saying they're lying. Would likely happen with a miscommunication. TPCI's stance is what I've said above and has been a long time. I doubt this will spread as far because I remember that saying, I'm paraphrasing, a lie can spread around the world before the truth can even be put on its shoes. Non-story. So yeah, I can totally see why people are upset that, hey, Joe Merrick's just saying those two people are lying. Those former Nintendo employees are both lying for some sort of clout. And honestly, I don't personally think they would be, so I do think he could have worded it a lot better, but this put the internet in a frenzy. And Lu2 also does say this, there's no reason for a podcast from two industry heads to lie about something that like this in any capacity. It's literally only serves to justify their reputation in the future. Whether what their others are Nintendo's themselves, I don't see why they would benefit from lying at all. I completely agree with that. So there was a lot of fighting between Joe Merrick and Lu2, but eventually Joe Merrick ends up saying, I do think I need to make one final statement. I didn't mean to insinuate or even say that they were liars. For that, I am sorry. All I was doing is providing the facts of what TPCI has said, their position on Nuzlockes, which may others have since come out and backed up. And we actually get official confirmation from Eurogamer. They actually went out and asked Nintendo, and they said it does not have any issues with fans using custom rules. In the full statement, the Pokemon Company has responded to the remarks made by Ellis and Yang in a statement issued to Eurogamer stating the Pokemon Company International doesn't have any issues with fans or creators playing video games with Nuzlocke rules. So there we have it. That is the official news. Nuzlockes are okay to do. So if you want to play a Nuzlocke, go ahead and do it. And with that, that concludes the drama. I think the big moral of the story is, especially for Pokemon fans, is just not to lash out at each other and be too harsh. I mean, even if someone said something in a wrong way, you know, per se, I think, you know, give them a little bit more charity online and be a little bit kinder to each other. But I also agree that, yeah, I don't think we should be calling people liars, especially people who are in the industry before. You know, they definitely know what they're talking about as game devs or people in at least the marketing side. Well, guys, there we have it. That is the Pokemon Nuzlocke drama. I hope you enjoyed this video. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like the video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a great one.